Hello, everybody, and welcome to Bee Swarm Gaming. Yes, this is a new episode. It feels like a long time since I put one online. Well, believe the last episode is one where I show off my new outfit. Yes, look at me. I kind of look like a stepchild of Spirit Bear, don't I? I got the wand, I got the belt going. I would say that I look like a ninja, but I actually don't. I kind of look like the demon child and a flower child. I'm not that quick-witted enough to say what the combination of those two things would be. Uh, but anyway, let me tell you what's going on. Let me tell you what's going on. Okay, let me see if I can walk and talk, or as they would say, walk and chew gum. Okay, so yesterday I was farming and I got up to 10 billion honey. And I decided that it was time to get another. I hit the wrong button because I wanted to actually chill out just on top of the Star Amulet shop because that's actually where the topic of the conversation was going to be at. Because I got a new toy, so to speak. I got a new Star Amulet. Yes, I need to find a place to chill out, and that's where I am going to chill out. Yes. Okay, so I got a new star amulet. And of course, the star amulet that I got was a supreme star. Yes. Now the one that I had the shooting star. The shooting star is pretty self-explanatory. You get certain amount of tokens, just like with all the stars. I'm not going to go through all of them. This is not one of those videos where they're, they're a review video where they kind of talk about each star and they say, okay, here's this star and it does this, and I think about how great or how bad it is, and here's this star and that star, and yada 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 yada. All right. Well, I had the shooting star, and the shooting star is once you reach so many tokens, it randomly picks a spot on the field, and these little green things pop up around the star, which kind of goes counterclockwise like it's spinning, and you're supposed to run out there and try to land on the different green spots, and these stars from the sky shoot down, and it hits your body if you're on the green spots. And after about a couple of seconds, you see how much honey you have earned. And it could be anywhere from, I believe, like 1, 2, 3 million. I think my highest was 12 million. And it's really cool. The only bad thing, though, is um, you kind of have to keep watch when it's going to happen. There's really no notification, and it's random. So it could be by you, or it could be like on the totally opposite side. And the other thing is sometimes all the green dots are localized, or it could be like 1, 2, 3 are here, and then the rest are like on the total opposite side. And if you're playing like on a little mobile device, so to speak, it really sucks. If I'm playing on my iPhone, it really sucks. If I'm playing on my laptop, it's easier, but it still kind of sucks, especially if it's on the other side of the field. So shooting star is cool to get, like, if I'm going to farm, then, getting that extra, 3 to 12 million is cool. But I kept the star because the extra stuff on the amulet itself was, I would call it a a pollen type of a amulet. It had a 5% bee ability rate, which is always cool because the bees do a bunch of special stuff, you know. And it had the red pollen, the blue pollen, and the white pollen, and they had quite high stats. It had a 5%, and it was just overall it helped me out. You know, it was pretty cool. It was something that I liked. Well, I saved up 10 billion. A couple friends said, "Hey, go for it," right? But of course, it's always easier to spend someone else's quote unquote money. And honey is money in this game, right? Honey is money. That's just how it works. Especially when it comes to the amulets. That's just what it is. If you want to get good stuff, you gotta spend the honey. You know, you look at anything else in this game. If you want a mask, it's 5 billion. It's 5 billion honey. Honey is money. That's just how it is. The good stuff costs money. The good stuff costs honey. So anyway, yesterday I got up to 10 billion. I was actually saving it to buy some treats, but I thought, you know what? Let's see if I can get another passive. That's what I was looking for. Someone was talking to me about like double passives, and I thought the chances of getting a double passive is low, especially when you start reading things and people are saying, man, it took me like 100 tries to get a double passive, but it is so OP. And it kind of gets you excited and like, dang, man, I want a double passive, especially if they hit like right on time. Then that's like some pretty cool stuff. Well, passes are cool, but passes actually don't happen that much, and passes are kind of like icing on a cake. You shouldn't eat a cake just for the icing. Otherwise, your stomach's going to hurt, and eventually you're going to stop wanting to eat the cake. And passives both hitting at the same time, that's actually kind of difficult because that would mean that you would have to collect um, both sets of tokens at the same time. That's why if you go online, they take screenshots, right? And they probably had to play a lot of times and have taken a lot of pictures and have had like 1,000 pictures, right? And had to find that one picture that said, this is it. This is the one that I want to use. Anyway, I'm not dogging the person for the picture because I've seen some pretty cool double passive pictures. And trust me, I'm going to put up one of those double passive pictures. It's going to take me probably lots of honey money to get a double passive. So let's move on to what I have. So I actually have another Supreme Star, and I have a passive that I had before. This is actually my third Supreme Star. The first one that I have, I had the Scorching Star, which I actually have again. Like imagine that, right? Out of all the passives, I have the Scorching Star again. But the Scorching Star is actually pretty good. I'm going to sum it up and say it's a red boost. Okay, when you go into a red field, um, it and I may say it wrong. So if I say it wrong and somebody knows it a lot better, they could just leave a comment. It does a ×2 red field capacity. So you go into like a red field, it OPs it. It makes it better. It creates links in there, right? You actually don't see a red star, but this little red star like goes on top of you. And if you start to farm it, the star actually starts to grow like bigger. So obviously, if you're like not in a red field, so let's say like you're like in a blue field, you'll still see the star, but it just won't grow. Okay. Also, other things that it does is, let's say you have like fire bees, demon bees, the spicy bee, or you have the fire mask, and there's flames. Well, if you stand near the flames, I believe the star will actually make the flames grow. Now, as we know, or as I have told you, or we both know, the star will actually either make them grow or they will grow like on their own. Once again, this is why I want a spicy bee, because a spicy bee alone makes them grow, but the star will also make them grow faster. So the star will double the field if you're in a red field, and it will make the flames grow, which makes them collect more. So this is a boost within themselves. That's why this is a pretty OP star for red. That's pretty cool. And it doesn't take a lot to start. Where with some, I believe, like the guiding star, I think that's what it's called. It takes like 50 tokens of like some kind. This takes 30. So that's pretty cool. And the cooldown's not that long. It's like 60 seconds. And from what I'm reading right now, it's 30 red boost. And boost tokens, as we know, is not that hard to get. And especially with token link, you know, that kind of gathers them pretty quick. So it's really just more watching out for them. And if you're in a field, it's just one of those things where the passive by itself kind of just happens. And like with any other boost, it's just going to happen by its own. And see, you're seeing right now, just by standing there, the flames occur just by having the demon mask. So like if I was in the field and I'm farming, the flames pop up. Maybe I have collected enough tokens, and eventually, oh, I gotta move so I can get that dice. So just by having this passive, and if I'm in the field farming, it's going to help me like eventually. So I'm actually quite happy to have that. Now, just having the passive isn't alone for me to change. What really got me to change was the other stuff that I got. The other star was really good because it had the white, the red, and the blue pollen, and their stats were quite high. In the Supreme Star, the percentages go up to like 70%. So anything over 50% increase is pretty good, and all but the blue was over 50%. The first thing on here is not a color pollen, it's a tool pollen increase of 15%. That's pretty good. One, the petal wand is good, but now we have a tool increase pollen of 15%. Now a carpenter bee increases your tool ability, and I'm just going to pull that up really quick to show you the importance of gifting up your carpenter bee. Your carpenter bee is quite important. Your carpenter bee increases your tool by 25%. You will definitely notice a gifted carpenter bee. Okay, so anyways, so the star increases my tool, the petal one, by 15%. Really cool. Now, so the scorching star increases the field, the red field. So you want to balance it out with what? Something white, right? You look at the top tier fields, it's a coconut and it's a pepper field. So you're thinking, all right, so I want to farm fast. You go to the pepper field. But I can't do anything with the white field. My next stat is a 60% white pollen. It automatically balances out the scorching star. That right there just made me really happy. My next stat is a 1.2 times convert rate. It's not the greatest thing, but nothing's really perfect. The next stat is a 11% instant conversion. That's awesome. That's awesome. Because the less time you have at your own hive, the better. Because since farming is so important, you want something that kind of keeps you out there, that keeps you at whatever field you're at, getting that money, getting that honey. Because honey is money, right? Honey is money. And when you're at the field, that's kind of where your mind has to be. I'm getting that money. I'm getting that honey. I'm getting that money. That's what it is. And then the last thing is that I got a 6% bee ability rate. That's an increase from the 5% that I had at that last star. So that was a new toy that I got. I got a new Suprema Amulet, and I've used it a little bit. You know, you're never going to see a huge dramatic increase in your star unless you're coming from like a diamond to like a Supreme. You know, or you're trying for something totally different. Ooh, a sprout. Oh, a huge sprout too. All right, pretty cool. Hello, Mr. Werewolf. I am going to see if I got anything special from you. Not really. So, let's kind of take this out. Okay? Let's kind of take this out. And let's just start farming. Alright, let's go. Let's go. Let's see if we get anything special from this. You know, I've heard that sometimes you can do like a 1 to 2% mythical egg drop. I have never gotten a 1 to 2% drop of any sort of egg other than a silver egg from this. And it doesn't look like anything came down special. And the tornado got already used. But, oh well. I'm always excited to see if maybe I can just collect some more crafting items. Oh, and I do have a plan on getting Spicy Bee. Spicy Bee will be mine once I can get 25 billion honey money, and I will use that to do one of those auto jellies and play the odds and get a mythical egg. And I swear, if it is a fuzzy, I will be giving away free Robux. Okay, see you guys in the next video.